What's up? What's up? So sorry, I have to speak a little quiet because my son's about to go to sleep. Once he goes, we're gonna be in full mode, right? So I hope you guys can hear me and see me. Let me know. I was enjoying some. I was enjoying some music, and I hope you guys like that too. That was the goal. But yeah, man, excited. I'm tired, but I'm excited. So I'm tired, but I'm excited. So let's, again, we're gonna about to start. I have a bunch of things to tell you guys about the last weekend show. Things that happen with the car, things that happen at the show. I want to hear you guys' opinion on. Actually, I'm gonna share what happened with the the next weekend. I'm going to a show again. So let me see this chat. Of course, Gary, my friend Gary, he gave me this as a gift. I love it. So comfy. So thank you, buddy. John, ready to watch? Thank you so much. Don't forget to give me that thumbs up. It's very important. The thumbs up never fails, right? Omi, I'm here to speak the truth. I'll need you. I'll need you. That's what I can say. I'll need you. And look at what I have here on me. What do you guys think? It looks like my car. Me and myself, we just painted the wheels in black because they were chrome. I did the wrap myself. It's not the best one because I did like with my son next to me, which was pretty bummer. But he was rushing to get this thing wrapped. But yeah, it's here. Maybe I'll take the shows with me. But yeah, it has been a crazy day though. I drove. If you guys don't know, I have a 9 to 5, right? YouTube is not my main thing by any means. So I have a 9 to 5, and I have to drive an hour and a half each way to go to work. So I left the house today about 6:15. I left the house, yeah, and I got back 7 o'clock at night. So it was a crazy day, good day. Thank the Lord for my job, for everything I have, but I was tired. I cannot lie that I was tired. So I see we have 3 people, 4 thumbs up. So maybe my countdown it's wrong. So I want to talk to you guys about the last weekend. What a crazy weekend though. So first was my wife's birthday, which I tried to spend as much time with her as possible. And second, and that of course my wife's birthday was the most important thing of the weekend. Second was the most important car show of the season, at least on New Jersey area. I mean, you guys on the chat can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think as far as Corvette goes, that's the show you want to go. First, because the place that they handle the show, it's amazing. It's like a little village with a bunch of things, like good food. I mean, you just have to be patient to get in line and stuff of that nature. But good food, stuff for kids if you bring your kids. So it's like, it's a really good place, even though if you don't count the cars. If you count the cars, then it gets even better, right? Because the cars, it's people travel from New Jersey all around to go to that show. I'm and myself and Gary we are the proof of it. We drove like 2 hours and 10, I guess, ish, because it's South Jersey. So we are in North Jersey, so we have to drive. But it's definitely the show to be, like a lot of cool cars. But again, it's a car show with a judge, so not a lot of people are are into it. And the reason why I go, for two reasons: because like everything I just said, like it's a nice venue, it's a nice cars, and also my friend Jeffrey, Zippity's Garage on YouTube. His club put this together, so I kind of go to show him his support. So when you combine everything on that package, it's a no-brainer that I gotta go, right? And also with good company, like that this year was me and Gary on me showed up later. Maybe next year we get more cars from New Jersey to go. Even if you're not New Jersey, you want to come, I would encourage you to register. If you want to be in the show, not a spectator, register now. The registration for 2024 is open. They only handle 265 cars, and that's it. Once the registrations are over, you cannot get in anymore. So if you want to register now, and I already registered, so I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I'm quite sure I'm going, even though I know it's a year apart, but we don't even know if we're gonna have the cars. But it's only $30, so you pay $30 for the registration and just save your spot, just to give you that. So with that being said, I think I have to give you some context what's happened, right? So this year so far, I didn't take the car to any show, right? I started modifying the car with the wide body in February. I think that's when I will receive it. At the end of the February, that's when I receive my wide body from the SS Vets, right? So basically February, March, and beginning of April, I was working on the car. So that was basically the start of the season, right? Late March, early April. But if you guys remember, the car was at the shop for like 2 months and a half. So I actually got the car at the end of the May. And since the end of the May, I didn't do too much. The car was parked. I think I was, to speak the truth, I think I was so happy with the car. I was so happy the way it turned out. My vision came to life. Everything goes part of it. But there was some situations that kind of, not putting me down in the sense that, I was down because, I felt bad because I did the car the way I did it. Not at all. But there was some situation, which I don't want to get into it, they actually pushed me away from shows. And I ended up not going to any shows. So with that contest in mind, from June to September, I went to one show that was, in my opinion, was the worst show here in North Jersey, our area. I know a lot of people enjoy. A lot of people have good friends on it, but I just didn't have a great time. Right? I took my son. The experience wasn't that good. So after that, I didn't do anything. The only thing I have been doing with the car is driving every single day, because I take my son to school 3 times a week. My wife takes the other 2. The weather is still nice enough that you can drive the car. So I'm taking my son to school every single day. Basically, the Corvette has been my daily driver for the last, month and a half. So I'm driving actually every day. So, and because I had, I had registered for this show, I was like, I'll go. It's a great time. Me and Gary, you guys gonna see on the video. I should have the video by Friday though. It's I gotta work on the on the footage, because when you go, you kind of, when you go to a show, you try to think about like what you're gonna put on a video, so when the footage comes, you gotta spend time on. But anyway, so it was a good time. That's why I decided to go. Gary was counting on me, so I had a great time with him and his wife. I love them, so I felt great. Like I was like, this is the show I want to go. My wife actually supported me to go as well. So it was a great time, and that my focus was that's gonna be my first show that I'm gonna enter the car actually, and it's gonna be the last show that I'm gonna enter the car for the season, and that's exactly what happened. So that's why this car show was special for me, because I didn't know how the car would do, right? I had no idea how the car would do, because I never put it to a test. And the last time, as I said, I went to one show, wasn't a Corvette show, was entire thing show. So I was putting the car to a test. So okay, we went, as I said, 2 hours driving, and on our way there, we left here. I met Gary 5:45 in the morning, because it's a 2 hours drive. The show starts at 8 o'clock, so people start getting 8 o'clock. I think the judging start like between 10:30 and 11. So we were like, okay, we gotta be there between 8 and 30. So the best time to leave is 6 o'clock. So we left 6 o'clock. I actually met him 5:45. We got gas and all that stuff. So by the time we were drive, it was too dark. You know what I'm saying? It's that time of the year. So it's like, and then we drove 2 hours south. Think about, like, if you look at New Jersey, we are way north in Jersey. The show is way south, so that's why 2 hours. And the problem is, and I kind of told Gary, is like, we really gotta be careful, because driving in the dark at night, it's still night, but with a low car, and there are a bunch of animals around, like where we live, and going down south. When you get the parkway, the Garden State Parkway, there are a bunch of deers and everything. And I had a feeling that we would have trouble, because last year, a bunch of guys went there, and we drove by that deer. Some guys lost their splitter, side skirts, guts all over the cars, and I missed it last year by this, because I saw the car in front of me. I was able to avoid, but this year I didn't have the same luck, right? So we were driving. I think we were on the road for an hour, and I told Gary, like, he passed me. He's like, what happened? You don't have your, foot on the gas. I was like, I know, I just want to, because I had a feeling. I don't know how I can tell you that, but I had a feeling. And I was doing like 70, 75, but normally on the parkway, people do 90, 95, right? So I know, making a long story short, but I think it's good to tell you guys. So he passed me. I was like, okay, let's keep it up. So we drive like, I don't know, 85, 90 miles an hour. And then he always wanted me to lead. I was like, all right, I'll lead. So we were in the left lane, and all of a sudden, I cannot tell you guys, I didn't see this thing. I still don't know what it is. I'm quite sure it's not deer, but maybe it's a raccoon. I drove over. Blah! And the first thing I tried to avoid, but I was just too late. And the first thing was like, my front splitter is gone. And all of a sudden, when I hit it, of course, I heard the front splitter, like, hitting the front of the car, but the noise was towards the back. I was like, two things, or either I was, pushing that raccoon or whatever was that there all the way, or something just broke, like, I don't know, a fender or, a liner or something. So me and Gary had two-way radio. So I was like, dude, I hit something. He's like, dude, I have guts all over my car. So his bumper and his windshield was covering guts. Again, we believe that was a raccoon. So long story short, we still had like 45 minutes to go to the show. We stopped by to see it, and my rear diffuser got damaged. So if you guys don't know, my diffuser is full carbon fiber, and believe it or not, my front splitter didn't happen anything, not even a scratch. So that's how good that splitter it is. But my rear diffuser got damaged. And if I was driving more than 70 miles an hour, I don't know why 70. It started making the noise because it was flopping like underneath the car, right? Because you have a trail, like like when the diffuser ends, it's not like it's stuck anymore. You have a trail that goes like almost covers the entire rear axle. So that's exactly what happened. So I drove 45 minutes with that noise. Because it was underneath of the car, you couldn't see it. So that didn't do anything as far as the car getting judged because the damage, because you couldn't see it. You only can see if you go underneath the car and it's like actually in the middle of the axle, you know what I'm saying? So that was the long story. I felt really bad. So Gary also lost like the little screens he has on his bumper because the gut, the meat, whatever you want to call, that flew off of my car, hit his car so hard that when we stopped, we had to clean the windshield. And that, the C5 has those little openings like on the fog lights space. He had like some screens on. The screen was gone because whatever flew off of my car, hit his bumper and took it off the screen. So I was like, you know what? I'm here. Let's make the best. So that's the story that, that took us to the show. As far as fixing, you guys are gonna see on the video. I will show you on the video the damage. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have two options: or remove the diffuser and cut that part because that part doesn't do anything, or take to somebody who can repair carbon fiber and have that repaired. But as you guys know, repairing carbon fiber is not easier. But yeah, so let me just go to the chat here. What running boards did you ended up getting for the... I didn't get the running boards yet though, but it's coming. I'm still debating about which one. I don't want to spend $2,000 on it. So Harry, it would be cool to see you as part of Justin and Vet Syndicate. I have a t-shirt of the Vet Syndicate. I talk for Justin all the time. He already invited me to be on one of his lives. It didn't work out that day because I had family over. But maybe, if you can just leave him a comment saying invite Maddie to be on the Vet Syndicate live. I'm quite sure he will consider. Although they talk about the new stuff. I don't know how much I can add to it. I'll definitely, it's a Corvette, right? So I think I can give my 2 cents, but it would be fun. I really respect those guys, the hard work they put on doing everything. So yeah, Gary, meat. Yeah, a lot of meat on your car. Now that's a memory. It is a memory, dude. I'm gonna remember the show forever because when we went there, long story short, as I said, we got at the show, a long show, long day. And man, I cannot say thank you enough if you are watching this, or either now on the live or after. If you came by and you stopped by to say something, I really appreciate. I cannot count how much support, appreciation for the car that I got on this show. It was incredible. It was even better than getting any trophy or anything. Was the amount of people that came talk to me and appreciate the car. A lot of people say like, dude, the wrap looks incredible, looks so good. What a color, which kind of a wide body it is. I love those wheels. Like, man, I love your car, and so on and so forth. So it was amazing, the experience to talk to people, and that's what the show is about. The trophy is just, it's just like a small piece of it. Of course, in my case, I was like, I want to see how the car does, because I know it's really weird to say this because I don't want to be bragging about it, but it is one of a kind. The kit I have, not everybody has. I don't even know how much you are out there. I know John is watching my video, I guess. He works with Donald on my kit. I don't know how many kits like mine are out there. I know by the time I got my wide body kit, it was one of one because Donald, is the guy who made the kit, right? He had made one, which I think was the first one, and then the second one, I know the guy, but the third one it's mine. But mine is the only one with the carbon inserts, as far as I know. The SS Vet kits are very well known by the ZR6, and but mine is one of the kind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I even explained to people like, oh, which kind of body kit is this? So everybody was surprised. So because of that, I enter on my car was placed. You have many different categories, right? You guys know how show works, right? I don't need to explain. If I need to explain, let me know in the comments below, and I'll make sure that I will explain. But my car was placed on the custom from 1997 to 2013 custom. Every single car between those years in custom, my car was against it. So walk around, you have a good idea what can be, custom and what not, what so on. But the judges are not. They don't have the same feeling in you. That's why I want to talk about this, because every single show you go, the judges have a different reaction. Every show you go, different judges they judge in a different way, right? So. And Gary kept saying, like, dude, your car's going to get something. It's going to get something. I was like, I don't know. Depends on the judge. And that's the thing about the car show. Depends on the judge. I don't know. For example, the judge, I'm not here to BS, because I got a trophy. I'll show you guys here. But the judge my car, he didn't know exactly about how custom my car was, even though I was explained to him. I explained. Gary had to explain. Gary, you correct me if I'm wrong, but Gary had to explain to him, and I got that on camera, which was good. Gary was holding the camera for me, so that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes on those shows, you just gotta be prepared. And I'm not here to tell what each club should do with show. If I was running a show, for example, to judge a custom car, I would have guys who have custom cars to judge the custom cars, because they know what we're talking about. For example, I don't know if I'm the best person to judge a stock car. I don't know. It's stock is stock, so what am I gonna look at? You know what I'm saying? But I'm quite sure I would be a good judge for a custom car, a modified car, because I have been shopping for parts. I know what is out there, and I'm saying, especially for C6. You got my point, right? So that's exactly what happened. Because I knew my car was one of a kind, I want to see how it would perform on a show. And so far, the feedback I had, it was incredible. So long story short, let me just see here. Harry, your car is very nice. Are the body measurements the same as the C60106? No, my car is 2 inches wider than the ZR1 on the back, and 1.5 inches on the front, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, exactly. 2 inches on the back and one, so it's wider. So when you have a ZR1 next to my car, looks like a base car. I'm not kidding. I got so used to see my car that for me it's like that's the wide body. So when I see a Z06, I was like, well, that's not that wide, you know what I'm saying? But then I remember when I had mine as a base, the base is so narrow. But yeah, my car is not the same measure. So like, even I cannot fit a C601 Z06 wheels on it. I need either space or custom wheels, right? So that was the story of the show, and I want to hear what you guys think about shows in general, because again, here, that's the trophy. As I said, I hope you guys can see here. I'm trying to show as much as I can here. Let me move my, there you go. See, second place in custom 1997 to 2013. Here's the club number, name, right, the date. It's a trophy. I mean, again, you can buy those trophies. To be honest, you see I have a couple other there. I think this is my 4th one. I have one time I got first place, but this is my second time getting second place. So I want to hear you guys, and that's the main discussion of today. We still have like 35 minutes left on the live. I normally like to keep it in an hour. So if you're here for the first time, make sure to to hit that thumbs up. If you have any questions regarding the car, the truck, and ideas, of course today we are talking more about the car, because I want to just make sure that we run through this this show that is just fresh in my mind, and you're gonna have a video really soon. So just make sure that you smash that thumbs up. We have 5 so far. If we can get to 7 to 10, that would be great. I really appreciate you to or share with somebody that they like cars, like talking. But yeah, so let me know your opinion about shows though, because shows are very tricky to me. As I said, do you really trust in the judges? Because what are the judges? The judges are club members, right? So in a club environment, you have people that don't like custom cars and people that love custom cars. You have people that like stock cars and you have people that don't like stock cars. So how you make sure that you are picking the right folks to judge a car? And I'm saying, for example, right? And I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm bragging, but I'm not. But to be honest, in that show, I didn't see a car as customized like mine. Right, mine has a full body kit on, custom wheels, all the carbon fiber aero on it, and I got second place. The first place was the custom, yes, was, but was more custom than mine, or maybe it was cleaner than mine. I don't know. So a lot of people ask me those questions. I can't answer. I know which car won the first place in my category, and it's not near as custom as mine. It has like stripes, engine bay stuff, but if you think about it, like my car has not even the seats are the stock seats anymore. So you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not here to brag. If it sounds like I'm bragging, I'm here to try to understand. And I want to hear you guys too. If you can, let me know your opinion about shows. If you ever entered to a show, what was your experience? If you were frustrated, if you think you were treated fair enough, if they treat you fair, let me know. I would love to know about that for sure. John, watch your live video. Hope you were well, buddy. I saw your text message. I'm sorry. I will reply once we're done here about the coilovers. I'm so sorry. But I don't know if you were here in the beginning. I was explained that I went to work today, 1 hour driving each way. So I got home and so I will reply to you. So yeah, but let me know, what do you guys think? If you have a good experience with shows, bad experience with shows. I think I had both. To be honest, I had good experience. This one was a good experience. I just felt like when I was explaining to the judge, he wasn't like kind of understanding what I was talking about. Maybe I didn't explain myself well. I don't know. All right, let's go to comment. Just split the judges who are in your class $100 and you got your $120 trophy. Just go for the good times if you come. That's exactly what I think. I always tell Gary on that, like the main goal of going to a show is to meet people, see cars, and if you get something, you get it. Like you can go and buy this, right? Let's be honest. You can go and buy. You can make your own trophy and buy it. I know it doesn't feel the same, but how much is this worth? $20, $30? I don't know. Of course, it feels good when you get that from somebody else that's not yourself. But I get the point. The point is to have fun, and that's always I try to have my mindset on it. But at the same time, if you are entering, I think you should be judging in a fair way. You know what I'm saying? Don't spend more time in the cars, like every car should be judged in the same way, in the same in the same time, and with same criteria, and so on and so forth. That's my opinion, right? Harry, I enjoy car shows, especially all Corvette shows. I enjoy talking and meeting new people. Exactly what I said. I think that's the goal. If you go with that mindset, the show is gonna be fun. But if you go thinking you're gonna win, and that doesn't happen, it's pretty tricky. John, the problem with some of those shows is they don't know what they are looking at unless you have a board showing all your before and after on display. They are clueless, usually. That's exact, dude. And it's funny enough, it's on my garage, but I made a board. I made like a collage with multiple pictures, like on the progress, and I put it next to the car, which I always want to do because people don't have idea how much work goes into it and put a car like this together. So every time somebody came over and they ask like, oh, what is this? And I was like, that's how the car started, and that's the progress, that's on the wrap shop, and so on and so forth. So that gave them a better idea. But you're right. So some judges, they didn't, man, I'm talking about judges. If you were up to judge a car, you should at least have a level of knowledge on different kind of cars, right? But hey, Gary, love the shows for the friendship, drive time, and to see all the cars and the two BS with car guys. Yeah, exactly what I said. You know what I'm saying? So I know there's a little tricky line as far as going to shows, but I have a good time. I really had a good time. But a lot of people were asking me like, whoa, if your car got second, what got first? I was like, it's not on me to decide that. It's not up to me. It's to somebody else to decide, right? It's the judge, the club, and so on and so forth. And they had different, trophies. In this case, Gary, you can remind me if I missed something. Like they had the best of it every single generation. So basically, it's like 3 prize for generation, and then the best of the generation. Right, and I don't think this year they had the best in show. I might be wrong, but I don't think so. They have different stuff, right? But overall, yeah, as I said, my car got second, and the fact that that's one of the most popular, famous, whatever you want to call shows here in New Jersey, and you get recognized by it, means a lot, right? Like if your car get picked on it, like, to get a trophy, not because the trophy, but because among all 260 whatever cars was, like they chose your car for a reason, right? For example, Gary didn't win anything this year, but last year he got second place in OEM Plus, which is a big deal. He should be pretty happy on it. You know what I'm saying? Because you have people driving Corvettes all over New Jersey to meet in this place and to display their car. For a reason, they drive that long. So, even though we go for the fun, if you get something there, you should be proud. You should be proud because either your car is clean, or either your car has a good customization, or has some value into it. You really did take care of it. So that's the kind of thing you got to think about when you do this kind of show. So yeah, it was fun. Again, I would do that again next year if everything goes well. Maybe next year I should be able to take my son with me. We'll see how that goes. But I love it. Besides the damage on my car, which now I have to spend more money to fix it, was a good time. So if you think about, the trophy was a little expensive for me because we had to pay for registration, driving, which I spent gas, and a damage on my car. So it's not cheap at all, right? Yeah. So that's the story. I want to share that with you guys because I think was one of a kind show. We definitely made memories. Gary, I think even his wife, we met a lot of his wife family related. It's like, man, they are such a good people, such nice people. Love them. Everybody. I had a lady that came to my car. She's part of the club that host the show. She was with her husband, and she was looking deep in my car, like trying to figure out what color that was. And she came to me, is like, "Is this white?" I was like, "Yeah, it's white." She's like, and then we start talking about it. She's like, "Oh, this is really different white," and so on and so forth. I was like, "Yeah, it's a little different white." And she goes, "You know what? I'll tell you one thing." Because we kind of connect, like, you see when you have like a good conversation. So we kind of connect, and she's like, "Let me tell you one thing. I hate white cars. Like, I really hate." And I'm not saying that to hurt you, but I hate white cars. My car, it's black on black. That means how much I hate white car. But your car is the only white car that I ever like it, because it's different, it's unique, that color, it's just fire. So that kind of conversation kind of made my day, I'm saying, because when I was picking the color, I haven't seen a Corvette on that color, I'm saying. At least I haven't seen. I'm quite sure there is some Corvette out there, or let's say there are some Corvettes out there with that kind of color, but for me, it was really challenging to say, like, okay, I'll do this color because it's gonna be different, it's gonna be nice, and I had a vision on that color. So that's the kind of thing that make me want to go back to shows, is talk with that kind of people. And I'm talking in one case, I spoke with many people. Some kids came over, we started the car rev. Man, it was so much fun. John, don't get discouraged. Next season you will hit up more shows, get more recognition, have a nice display or before and after pictures and descriptions on what has been done in one car. And it is, our next season. It's hard to say though, because we always keep saying next season, right? So I kind of knew this would happen. I wouldn't have time to do, but because as I said, something happened on the behind the scenes with some people that really discouraged me to get together, especially in search shows. I know Gary had tried to make, like, play the good guy in the middle, but it's just the situation. I'll tell you what, I try to be very reasonable, right? I know when I'm wrong, or at least if people tell me that I'm wrong, I try to consider, okay, I step back and say, okay, I'm wrong, let me think about this. So I try to be very reasonable, because I know sometimes you try to put ourselves in front of everything. So I really try hard to be. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm far away to be perfect. I know I make my mistakes. I know I make my judges in the wrong way, but I really try to be reasonable, right? And I just don't like when people are not reasonable with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened in this entire situation that I got discouraged for. I really tried to be reasonable in that situation, but it was impossible. So when that happened, the last situation happened, I was like, screw it, I'm not doing this anymore, because I think you give people a chance, right? But then when you are treating in a certain way, you don't want to do it anymore. You know what I'm saying? I gave my forgiveness, like, I forgive you, even though I didn't think I didn't do anything wrong, to be honest. And I try to ask people, like, hey, what do you think about the situation? What do you think about the situation? What do you think about this? I asked many different people, and people were judging me based on what they heard. If you have a problem with me, come to me and talk to me. I think that's how grow up people do. In that situation, that didn't happen. That's why I said all the things I said about shows, because those people, they were there, and they treat friends of mine and myself and my son next to me really in a bad way. So that's why I got discouraged. But at the same time, I saw another side of it, which is a good side, who is actually your friend or not, and the good side of driving the car more. Because I think if that didn't happen, I would not have been driving the car as much as I did with my son, for example, right? So yeah, just I saw John's comment. I'm saying the you know uh, I got discouraged, and I guess some extent, yeah, I got discouraged to go to shows. But it is what it is. It's that opens all the doors. Like the show that I'm going this Saturday, it's a totally different show. Super cars all over. It's not a Corvette show, which opened doors. You know what I'm saying? Like, because before I was too attached to this group of people. And one day, who knows, I'll share exactly what happened. I just don't want to expose people without any need. But you guys need to know why I got discouraged and why I don't do shows here nearby. And it's just the nature of it, right? What's up, Maddie? What's up, Maddie? I miss what damage happened. So I drove over, I guess, me and Gary, we think it's a raccoon. I drove over a dead raccoon or a deer or a babe deer. I don't know what it is. So that damaged my rear diffuser. So now I need a new, or I fixed the one I have, but I just don't want the rear diffuser that I have. It's like $1,000 just for the diffuser. And I was expected to spend that money now, but at the end of the season, the car's still drivable, and not in high speed, but drivable. Now I just need to get fix it. How I'm gonna get fixed, I don't know. I have this show on Saturday, and this show, it's pretty cool though. It's like a barbecue kind of thing with different supercars, Corvettes, exotics. So I invite to be featured on that. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So after that show, I'll probably put the diffuser apart. Maybe I'll take to the guys who wrap my car, because they can fix carbon fiber stuff, and maybe they will fix for me. We'll see. But depends on the price too, right? So yeah, that's exactly what happened. So Gary, who doesn't love Maddie? Yeah, I thank you for your support, buddy. And I appreciate everything you have done in this entire situation, trying to be the good guy, but just leave it alone. We know, we talk about this, you know what I'm saying? Life goes on, and it is what it is, right? Yeah, guys, that's the story. That's the story. So I ended up getting that trophy. Car got damaged. And now, next to the next challenge. The next challenge is gonna be, well, either I'm gonna fix my diffuser or get a new one. And I think at the end of November, I'm putting the car apart, the interior apart. I'm gonna put it better in insulation, and maybe I'll do some customization on the dash. Depends on the price. So that's what is on the radar for me as far as the car goes. Again, my focus now is shifting to the truck, because the car is pretty much done. I don't need to do anything. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw on my Instagram, I had to rewrap my roof at the day before because I got a bubble. I think my roof has a crack. You guys know I have the see-through roof, and I think it has a crack on it. Since I bought the car, the roof was in really rough shape, right? I need a new roof. But yeah, so that's one thing that I need to fix it. So the day before, I got a bubble. I didn't have time to bring to the guys who wrap my car, which they would do. Like Brando, it's amazing. Like he would do, like if I had the time, he would do, but I didn't have the time. So I bought the vinyl and I wrapped myself, which came okay for, not professional, came out okay. John, it's all about the enjoyment and you and your son have. There will always be the haters and jealousies. Yes, just have fun, enjoy the show, and doesn't sweat the small people. Change your plan to change your plate to make haters. I like that though. I'm really thinking about changing my plate though from 01X, because I think 01X is a little flashy. A lot of people get confused. This is not 01. Then I have to explain, you know what I'm saying? It's just the Y body, you know what I'm saying? And by the way, you were right. Pretty sure my front end is lower. Dude, I'm telling you, shit. Your front end is lower. I'm sure it is. It's not. Doesn't sit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the story. I hope you guys understand the story, have fun. Man, the video I'm trying to put together, it's gonna be one of a kind. I think you should definitely try to watch. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to tell a story on the editing. So we'll see how that comes up. But I think we have footage almost everything. Not of course hitting the deer or the raccoon, whatever it is. We still don't know what it is, right, Gary? We still don't know what it is. So we'll see. But it's gonna be a fun video for sure. So I hope you guys enjoy the video that's coming up, and maybe next Tuesday we're gonna talk about the truck or whatever is gonna happen this week, right? But yeah, I mean, if you guys don't have the any more questions, that's exactly what I want to share today. Yeah, so I appreciate you guys' support as always, dude. Support has been awesome. All the thumbs up, everything helps. Again, that I should have a video this week. I'm not gonna promise tomorrow because tomorrow I have a bunch of things going on my schedule. But maybe Thursday. But I don't like to put videos Thursday because there's an NFL game, so people normally don't watch it. But maybe Friday. Friday, I think it's a good day. Let me know if it should. What do you think? Friday or Thursday? Just like when you post stuff on an NFL day, kind of, there's an NFL game. Nobody watched. I don't even know who is playing Thursday night, but it doesn't work. Well, I don't think I'm gonna have the video ready for it, but if I do, I can hold it until Friday. Actually, I have 3 videos to edit. One, I'm doing a full walk around of my car, which a lot of people have been asking, like a full walk around, like no show my own ugly face, just the car, the details after like 4 months having the car done, or 5 months, or whatever the time is. And one of my garage. I did some upgrades in the garage. You guys gonna love it. Love it. I love my upgrades. I'm quite sure you guys gonna love it. Alright, guys. How about the Texas Rangers? Yeah, I the only thing I follow it's NFL though, so. Alright, so if you guys don't have any more questions, any more comments, I'll leave you guys here. Because I think I really want to share with you guys this story of the show, because it was awesome. Like I wish I could do this for a living. Just do car stuff and so on and so forth. Who knows, one day. I'm trying to work out towards this and make sure that my family gets taken care of it. But yeah, if I could work with cars all day, I would love to do that. Alright, if no more questions, I really appreciate you guys' support. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Stay tuned for the video coming up anytime this weekend. And I'll see you guys, right? Thank you so much. I'll catch you guys in the next one.